Okay, so we have these three little sections that we want to quickly look at: our algebra, functions, and finance. Let's quickly begin. Oh, all right. So we're beginning with functions. This is completely grade 11. Now, our first question here says, write down the equations of the vertical and horizontal asymptote. Now, look, the first thing here is to realize that we need to rewrite g of x. And when we write g of x, usually we say a over what? X plus, or I like to say plus or minus. All right. Always, it's important to write it out in this format. It means our g of x would be, that 2 there is basically like this, half over x. This is the real equation. This is how algebraically it should look like. So 5.1 would be what? Vertical asymptote, x would be equal to -3, and y horizontal asymptote would be equal to +1. I'm expecting everyone to get those 2 marks. There we are not playing, we're not, joking with those marks. Very, very important. Now, determine the intercept. Okay, so let's go determine the intercept. So you can just use this as a marking guideline. So we know that y equals to 1 over 2 x plus 3 minus 1. Is that the correct equation? Yes. Now, for the y-intercept, what do we know? We know that x value should be 0. All right, did you do this? Now, give me a quick answer for x, for y, quickly. Put that in a calculator and let me know. All right, are you giving me an answer? 1 over 6 minus 1, that should be about -5 over 6. Now, lady, are you there, Bali? Yeah, can you give me an answer quickly? Plug that in a calculator. Thinking you should get -5 over 6. Just confirm for me. -5 over 6. Yes, Naledi?
So I got -5 over 6 as well.
Okay, that's lovely. All right, so these are things that I expect everyone to quickly get right. Now, what about this one? We'll move the 1 over, so it becomes 1/2 over. And what I usually do is I just interchange the position there. So x plus 3 will be equal to 1/2, and 1/2 minus that should be -5 over 2. 1/2 minus 3, -2.5. Thank you, -5 over 2. And I am done with, it said intercept, I'm done. Draw the graph of G, show, all right, a quick graph there will be to quickly start by our asymptote. Our asymptote of it a negative value, -3 and -1. There we go. So we have a y equals to -1 and x equals to -3. Intercept, -5 over 6. All right, 5 over 6 is actually smaller than 1. Doesn't matter where you put it. That's fine. And we have -5 over 2, which is 2.5, which is somewhere there, because this is -3. So already I see my function. And obviously I have to do the second part of the graph. And we show that negative 5 over 2 and negative 5 over 6. And that would be a quick win for everybody. Please, is that making sense? Are we on the same page? That's our G. That is our G. I don't think this should be any hassle. Okay, so how many marks is that? 9 marks. Check that. Show all the intercept with the axis as well as the asymptotes. Look at that. That is 9 marks. Please, here there is no room for errors. We have to do it to perfection and get that right. Okay, we can always come back to check. Let's look at this one. In a diagram, the graph of f of x and g of x are drawn. Okay, A is the y-intercept, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you read it. PQ is parallel. Okay, write down the coordinates. Remember what I told you? Whenever the examiner asks you to write down, it means you can read off the graph. What is the coordinate of A? What is A in the first instance? A is the y what? Intercept, and we know that x value is 0. And on which graph, by the way? On F. Look, that's a 0, that's a 0, and that will give us a 2. So what do we have? X is 0 and y is 2. We are done. You don't waste time there. Coordinate. Now they said calculate. Here we have to do some work. Now, what do you notice about C and D? Let's inspect first. Oh, we notice they are point of intersection. So what do? C and D, by inspection, are points of intersection. So what's the rule of the point of intersection? We equate. So f of x should be equal to g of x. And then we solve algebraically. Negative x squared plus x plus 2 half x squared. The rule is to make sure everything is equal to 0. Standard form. So negative x squared minus half x squared plus x plus 2. All right, this would give us negative 3 over 2x squared plus 2x. Let's be smart about it. Multiply everything by 2. Negative 3x squared plus 4x plus 4. I think we can just change the signs by dividing by negative 1. Okay, I'm sure you can factorize here. Either you use your quadratic if you cannot find the factors. But let me see, I'm looking at 12. 12 is what? 6 and 2. Yeah, we can factorize this. We can factorize this. And if you are using my method to factorize, we do it out. So x squared minus 4x. Now, what is 3 times 4? Negative 12. Now, you heard me say 6 and 2. It is minus 4, so, but we multiplied by a. So now we divide by that same a. This is x minus 2. Now, this one will not, we need to simplify it. It will become 3x. So that this and this are whole numbers. So we are done. Now look at, I'm just bringing it in. X. It doesn't matter which one you write first. Don't feel compelled to write a 3x first. So what do we have? X equals to 2 or x equals to negative 2 over 3. But we are looking for coordinates, which is x and y. So for C, C is the negative. We can just substitute in any of the equations. Half negative 2 over 3, I'm using G. Please, in bracket, minus 2 over 3. Please, can somebody give me the y coordinate of that? And D, oh, D would be 2 and 0. But if you want to confirm, let's confirm. Let's see. Now, 4 Half of 4 is 2 minus 2, 0. That doesn't even need any work. But just in case you didn't see it. All right, I'm waiting for someone to give me an answer here. Want to move quickly. We've not done anything very unique. All of these are still basic stuff. And I really want the basics. I want us to aim for the basics. That's where the marks are going to come from. Negative 4 over 9, is that confirmed? Mbali says negative 4 over 9. Noella and a lady, can we confirm? All right, confirm. Negative 4 over 9. Guys, are we okay with this? No hassle here. No hassle. What we observe, we inspect. It's a point of intersection. We equate. Make sure your algebra is done, well done. Now, determine the values of x for which f of x is below g of x. Lovely. F of x is below g of x. And I'm sure we all know how to respond to this question. F of x is below g of x. 6.3. F of x is below or equal to. All right, where is f, by the way? Let's look at it together. That's f. Okay, let me use a highlighter. So where is f of x below? Oh, it's actually here. And there. Yep. F of x below. Oh, that was why they told us to look for those values. So it's from here, going to the left, and from here, going to the right. So what would our answer be? X is less than or equal to negative 2 over 3. All right. And x is greater than or equal to 2. Are we all okay there? .4 PQ. That's a vertical distance. And how do you get your vertical distance? Top minus bottom. Which one is on top at that point? It is f of x. So f of x minus g of x. Now what would that be? What's our f of x? Negative x squared plus x plus 2 minus half x squared. That bracket is important. The bracket is very, very important. Once that is done, can we then do the basic algebra that needs to be done? Let's do our basic algebra that needs to be done. Negative x squared plus x plus 2 minus half x squared and plus x. That will give us negative 3 over 2x plus 2x plus 2. Now, that is just the distance. But now they want the maximum distance. Just a second, guys. Maximum distance. Hello, ma. How are you? All right, guys, sorry. Okay, so now the examiner says the maximum. So if you look at this is squared here. What I need you to see, if you observe this equation, you would notice this equation is parabolic in nature. Why am I saying it is parabolic? Look, it is ax squared plus, and since my a is less than 0, it's a sad face. And at that point, that's why the examiner said maximum length. So basically, we can use our turning point. So x equals to minus b over 2a. What is our b? 2. And we have negative 3 over 2. And I want you to see how it's going to make sense. What are you getting? You're getting positive 2 over 3. Do you notice two things that I need you to see? Do you notice it's a positive value and it is before 2? It is a positive value and it's right before 2. So that point is 2 over 3. But what is then the maximum length of PQ? So maximum length, maximum PQ will be, we go back to our equation, and so this is a very, very common concept in maths. Please give me an answer. It's a very, very common concept in maths. Oh, thank you, Naledi. You gave me 2 over 3 already. Oh, that was before. Quick response here. And we are all typing, we're not waiting for one person. Mbali says 8 over 3. Oh, you also got 8 over 3. Thank you. So that's the maximum. We are done there. Look at 4 marks in the bag. So please learn that concept. When you see it again, you know what to do. Maximum vertical distance. Now, calculate the value of x where the gradient of f is equal to 3. Oh, okay. Guys, since you all did calculus, I can bring calculus in here. But I want to see if I don't want to bring, but don't let's waste time. We all did calculus and we are not new to this. But let's see. It says, calculate the value of x where the gradient is 3. Look, don't let's waste time. You know, in calculus, the first derivative is n. That's the easiest way. The first derivative. So let's derive. I hope we still remember. It's going to be negative 2x plus 1. Do you guys still remember how to derive? Do we still remember how to derive? Talk to me. Naledi, Bali, we still remember how to derive? Okay. So we take the 2 there and multiply there. That gives us negative 2x. We subtract that. There's a 1 here. We move that 1 here, multiply. All right. So we are done there. Check. Negative 2x equals to 2. And x equals to what? Negative 1. 3 marks in the bag. 3 marks in the bag. 6.6. Determine the value of k. All right. For which f of x equals to k has 2 positive unequal. Look, 4 beautiful marks. F of x equals to k. What is f of x, by the way? Y. Oh, let's describe this. This is a horizontal line. I quickly want to do a few explanations here. Look at our graph. Okay, my f of x is like this. But this horizontal line, let me put it in yellow. We want it to have what? 2 positive unequal roots. What are roots again? What are roots? Roots are the x intercepts of the point of intersection. Let me slow down a bit because I wanted to get this. So I have my horizontal line and the graph. Now you would notice there's a point of intersection there, but all of these are what? This is negative and this is positive. We want this point of intersection to be positive. I want to just redraw that graph so we can see it clearly. We want it to be positive. Now, if I want the point of intersection to be, just need to move, check there. Anywhere above this line is positive, all right? But it will be between that line and this line. It cannot go above that. It must touch the graph at 2 positive points. All I need to do is to find my y value there and my y value there. Oh, we know this y value here as 2 that we did earlier on. Now the question is, what is my y? What's the y value of the turning point? Oh, let's get the turning point very, very fast. xtp minus b over 2a minus 1 over 2. All right, what would that be? Half. So please get me the y value of the turning point. I'm sure you remember how to do that. We substitute plus half plus 2. Please get me the y value. That's why it's 4 marks. Now, Lily says 9 over 4. All right. Bali, thank you for confirming. So, we are looking at between 2 and 9 over 4. So, what's my answer? So, we're saying, check. Y must be, you must be careful when you write this. All right. 9 over 4 is 4.5, which is bigger. Look at this. I need to write that first. But then, I want k, but what is y? Y is k, so I'll replace it. And we are done. Every step is important. I don't know if we are on the same page. Are we on the same page? Talk to me quickly. I didn't say it. Okay, we're good. All right. Guys, we're running so we can finish. You'll come back and mark the activity. Oh, look at this one. Given the graph of g of x, beautiful, y equals to log base 3 of x. Write down the equation of the inverse. Okay. 7.1. Inverse. What do we say? X, we change that, right? Remember the rule? But what then do we do? Get rid of this log by bringing the 3 here. It's a base. It will remain as a base. And we are done. 7.2. Write down the range of the inverse. The range of, if you are confused, look at your graph. All right? If you look at this graph, do you notice that the domain, because it's a log graph, every time you write a log graph, the x is greater than 0. And how do I know again? By looking at the graph, check. There's no graph on the x side. So my graph is only on the positive side. So that's my domain. And what will be my range here? My range are the y values. All right, look at this. We have a negative side and we have a positive y. Can you see? Negative y value all over this place, positive y value. So check that. Y is an element of real numbers. Now, if I ask you to inverse it, what would you do? Check this. If I wanted to write the inverse, I'm saying anywhere you see x, write y. So it's going to be y greater than 0. X is an element. Oh, and once I write this, y is always talking about the range and x is always talking about the domain. So they want the range of the G inverse. Inverse, range. Y is greater than 0. Remember, the range is the domain of the original. Oh, look at this one. I love this one. Calculate the values of x for which 2 multiplied by g of x is less than or equal to negative 6. Let's look at this together. What's my g of x? 2 log base 3 of x. Let's start by dividing both sides by 2. Log base 3, check, negative 3. Now, get rid of this 3 by bringing it here. It becomes a base. Look at that. 3 to the power negative 3. X must be less than 1 over. Now, please and please, don't just write your answer and walk away. You are saying x is less than 1 over 27, which means somewhere here, we don't know, somewhere here. But when I say less than 1 over 27, it falls across all of this. But do you notice there's no graph here? The graph actually ends here. That's my asymptote. Oh, so I must bound my answer. Remember, every time we write this log function, we are saying x must be greater than 0, except if the graph has shifted. But still, even if it shifts, we need to be careful. X will not be less than 0. The argument will not be less than 0. We can shift the graph. Yes, absolutely. Look, I can shift the graph and have something like this. Correct, I've shifted. But this value still must not be less than 0. It must always be greater than 0. Guys, are we okay with those 7 marks? Many a times learners forget to put a boundary. That boundary is important. Nui, are you okay? Okay, awesome. These 24 marks must be very, very fun to get. You would mark number 1. X is equal to 0 or pi minus x, and x must be equal to pi. They said where x is a rational number. A rational number is a number that can be written as a ratio. Rational can be written as a ratio, and a ratio is a fraction. Can I write 0 as a fraction? Yes. 0 over 1. Can I write pi as a fraction? Yes. 22 over 7, if you remember grade 8. So both answers are correct. Number 2, very fast. These are routine questions. We start by saying negative 3x squared plus 8x plus 7. All right, since I see 2 decimal places, I know x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. 2AC over what? 2A. Please let's have the habit of putting that in brackets. You want to give me an answer? I need us to do this set of tests again. It would really, really help. Let's do it again. All right, Mbali has negative 0.69 and 3.3 or 3.36. Can we confirm? All right, Noella 3.36. Why are you guys using and? Why are we using and though? Or. Yes, not and. All right, number 3. Let's go for number 3 quickly. We know the rules of thirds. What are the rules of thirds? Isolate. All right. So if I isolate, that x becomes positive. We're done. Step 1. Step 2. Square both sides. All right. The square will take out the square root, and this we are foiling. Please remember not to distribute. Number 3, simplify it to what? Standard form. Number 4, we solve quickly. I think we have factors. X plus 5, x minus 2. And what is the last rule? We test. Which one is working? 11 minus 5 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4. 4 minus 5. That one is not working. But confirm for me. 11 minus 2 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. Only 2 works. Do we agree? Check for me. I see that only 2 is working. Okay, so please don't forget the rules. What are the rules again? Isolate, square, expand, and this is by foiling, and simplify, standard form and solve, and test for validity. 5 important steps. Very routine steps. Test for validity. Okay. What's our next one? Number 4. Number 4. I would love us to do this test again. And then we keep adding. Number 4. 2 multiplied by 3 to the power x equals to 57 minus 3. That's a minus 2. Okay, what would I do? Before I bring in my k, I would say 57 times 3 to the power negative 2. Let k, all right, for this is 2k, 57. Now, what is 3 to the power 2? Remember, this is k, and this is 1 over 9. You can use a calculator to confirm. 1 over 9. So what do we have? 2k, 57. All right. Like terms. 2k plus 1 over 9k. And if you use your calculator to do that, 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 over 8k. All right, do you want to give me a value for k quickly? We could do it in very short step, but let's do it simply. Use all the possible steps. Want to do that for me? Divide both sides. 24. That should be 24. Because 57 over 19 should give me 3. Yes, times 8, 24. Is that correct? $24. Okay. But check, guys. 24. What is k? 3 to the power x. I cannot write the factors of 24. So x will be equal to the, and what would that give you? Two point something. Yes? Did I make a mistake, Noe?
No, I know it has to equal to 3, yeah.
Sorry?
I think I made a mistake.
Where?
I don't know. I never used k already.
What did you have 3 to the power x minus 2?
I got 3 to the power x times 19 divided by 9.
Oh, this is not, sorry. This 8 is a 9. It's a 9. So it's 27. Okay. 27. So we don't need logs, right? We can just walk straight. 3 to the power 3. Thank you. And x is 3. Lovely. Lovely. Inequalities. Guys, are we okay? Look at how we are cruising. I need us to cruise like this. Inequality. So please come back and look at the skills. That's what matters. Because you're going to use the same set of skill to deal with any other question. Number 5. 4x squared. Oh, straightforward. X is common. Very straightforward. Number line, I like to use number line. 0, 5 over 4. Plus, minus, plus. Less than tells me I'm looking for things that are negative, and it is in between. Right now, you all should know my methods. Lovely. And with that, 4 beautiful marks again. Everybody okay there? Are we good on the same page? Let me know if we are on the same page. Waiting for responses from you. Okay, Noella? Same page. 1.2, and you see your 24 marks like that. Okay. 2x plus y. Let's start from y. Y is easy to find. 1 mark. Then what do we have? Y squared, x squared. So what do we have? 3 minus 2x all squared, x squared, 3 minus 2x. Lovely. Let's expand. 3 squared will give us 9. 3 times 2, 6. All right. Times 2 again will give us 12. I'm sure you understood what I did there. Plus 4x squared equals to x squared plus 3 minus x. Please just follow through here. The chances of making mistakes are very high. If I bring the x squared over, I'll have 3x squared If I bring that x over 1 minus 12 will give me negative 11. If I bring that 3 over 9 minus 3 would give me 6. Now we can either factorize or use your quadratic. But let me check first. 18, 9 and 2. Yeah, I have factors. X squared. Now what is 6 times 3? 18. I'm sure you remember this method. 9 and 2. So we multiplied by 3. We can also divide by 3. And the aim is to have this as a whole number. If it's not a whole number, this 3 comes here. So we are done there. Look at the beauty of maths. X minus 3, or you can use your quadratic formula. So x equals to 3, or x equals to 2. And instantly we can look for y here. 3 minus 6, negative 3. All right. Minus 1 here. Because that's... No, I'm lying. That is 3 minus 4 over 3. 9 minus 4 is 5. I don't know if those were the answers you got. All right, beautiful. Those are the answers you got. Check. Look at 24 marks. Routine 24 marks. Oh, we have another function question. Beautiful. Let's see this one. The sketch below shows the graph of a parabola with turning points. Okay, we have the coordinates of the turning points to 8, passing through the origin. The straight line y equals to 2x plus 4 passing through point A and P is also shown. Prove that the equation of f, which is a parabola, is minus 2x squared plus 8. Let's see. How do we walk through this? What do we know? All right. Let's write the things we know first so that we can then see which of the formulas to use. 4.1.1. I know the first x-intercept as 0. I know the turning point, xtp, is 2. And the ytp is 8. All right, let's see. There are a few ways. First, let's try this one. Y equals to ax squared. Let's see, will this one work? Let's see something. We know that our y-intercept is 0. Okay, but let's see. I just want to see if this one would work. Y-intercept is 0, so definitely I'm left with this. But x equals to minus b over 2a. Turning point is 2. All right, I do not know these two values, but therefore I know my b, negative b, is 4a. So what is b? Negative 4a. I want to see two methods. All right, b is 4a. Lovely. What else do we know? Can we substitute those points that we know? If we substitute 2 and 8. So my y is 8. I do not know a, but my x is 2. I do not know b, but my x is 2. Check something here. Look at the beauty of maths. 4a plus 2b. But hold on. Look at. Don't I know what b is? b is negative 4a. Oh, lovely. 4a minus 8a. Minus 4a. Divide both sides by negative 4. Oh, lovely. A is negative 2. I'll show you another method, but I want you to see the application. So if I know that, then b is negative 4a, which is negative 4. What's my a? My a is negative 2, and that will be 8. Oh, therefore, y, remember we said ax squared plus bx. negative 2x squared. Interesting. Using turning point to find an equation. Using turning point to find an equation. Are we okay there? This is so good. All right, what could be an alternative method? I want us to finish this quickly, so you might need to rewind and check. Alternative method would be, let's check something. Y equals to a x minus x1. This is standard. But it looks as if I don't have x2, which is a lie. The knowledge of functions will help me to find x2 without much calculation. x1 is that. x2 is that. What is the x value here? 2. It's the midpoint. So if I have 2 units here, I'll also have 2 units here, which automatically gives me my x2 as 4, because I am moving from here to here, 2 units. This is 2 already, plus another 2 units. Oh, beautiful. So if I throw all of that back into my equation, my y value is 8. I do not know a. My x value is 2. My x1 is 0. My x again is 2. And my x2 is 4. Let's check. All right, if you do the math here, what are you going to have? 2 times negative 2 would give us negative 4. Divide both sides by negative 4. Oh, a is negative 2 again. Now, if we throw all of that back into that equation, the same equation that we have, but this time around, I am not replacing x. Do you see? I'm allowing my equation to have both x and y. Let's simplify. X minus 0 is x. Oh, lovely. So what is this? Negative 2x. X minus 4. Let's expand. And you must be comfortable with both methods. You must be comfortable with both methods. Please, very comfortable with both methods. Are we okay, everybody? All right. 4.1.2. Determine the coordinate of A and B. Oh, B we got already. B we got already. X is 4. That we got by deduction. Now, what about A? A is a point of intersection. Let's see if we can squeeze it here. How do we get the coordinate of A? Point of intersection. Okay, so negative 2x. Let me first write the instruction. At point A, f of x is equal to g of x. Negative 2x squared. All right, what is my g? 2x plus 4. Okay, so what do we have? Negative 2x squared plus 6x minus 4. That's moving everything over. Let's divide by negative 2 to simplify. All right, just to simplify. And I see my factors already. Negative 2 and negative 1. So what do we have? X equals to 2, which is my turning point. You see, it's clear that it passes through that turning point. But what is the coordinate of A? By selection, oh, we're going to need a y value. And we can substitute that. Don't stress yourself. Substitute in somewhere very easy, which is 6. So what is A? X is 1, y is 6. So more of the work is on A. B, we got by deduction right from the beginning. Guys, are we okay? 3 marks. Like I said, just you knowing the basics, you'll be cruising. There'll be 1 or 2 questions that will be difficult, but the basics will just help us. All right, 4.1.3. All right, so this one requires your knowledge of calculus. And because you have done calculus, it's going to be quite easy. However, if you don't remember, I will remind you. So don't go and think calculus will only come in question 8. No. It says f prime of x multiplied by g of x. Remember what this means. This talks about gradient. So we are saying m multiplied by g of x is less than or equal to 0. Let me draw this graph out here so that it doesn't look too messy. There we go. Oh no, it passes through the turning point. Oh, it's going to look. Let me redraw this whole thing so that it looks nice. Okay, let me do this first. And try to make that my turning point. Okay. Now, gradient of f, analytical geometry. Gradient here is positive. Gradient here is positive because it's an increasing function on that side. Gradient here is 0 and gradient here is negative. Now, g of x, what do we know about g of x? It's negative here, negative, negative. It's 0 there, and it is positive above the x what? Axis. Now, what are we looking for? Let's go back to our function. M multiplied by g of x is less than or equal to 0. Less than or equal to 0, negative. It means if this is positive, this has to be negative because we are multiplying. Or if this is negative, so these are the pairs we are looking for. And obviously we are looking for where any of them again is 0. So we are looking for opposite signs. Can I please get a blue line? Now remember here, this graph actually continues, which is not going to work for us. But remember, we also need a point where any one of them would be 0. Either gradient or g. So I see my first point. That point is important. Okay. What else? Now they are both positive, both positive, both positive. I don't need all of this. They are both positive. But, oh, I need that 0 again. I need that point 0. Very important. Now, after 0, what do you notice? The yellow is positive and the white is negative, which is where I am looking for. So what answers do we have We do have that point as 2. So x is greater than or equal to 2. Why? There's 0 at that point. And we need this point, exactly this point, which is the x what? Intercept. Oh, they want us to calculate again. Really? Okay. X-intercept. So y equals to 2x plus 4. What is x? Negative 2. So those are my two answers. X is negative 2 and x is greater than or equal to 2. So much work for 2 marks though. But anyway, are you okay with that understanding and concept? If it functions, it will be tested again. If it is function, it will be tested again. No questions? We're good? Okay, if we are good, then I'm good. Range of f of x plus 1 minus 1. What does... Before we look for range, let's try to interpret that. Uh, 4. Yes, talk to me. Was that somebody saying something? Okay. Let's interpret this. What does this mean? You see that plus means it has been shifted to the left. So f of x shifted to the left by 1 unit. And then this one, then f of x shifted down. Just using that alone, you'll be able to get your point. Look, so our turning point of f of x TP. Now let's follow the instruction that we just wrote. If we shift it to the left, what happens? Shifting to the left 1 unit. This 2 moves to the left, it becomes 1. Left 1 unit. But the y value will still remain the same because we are moving left. Now if we shift down 1 unit, the x value will still remain the same, but now 7. That's my new turning point. So what is my range? Remember, this point is still maximum. It's like that. We have only shifted. It was like this. We had shifted left 1 unit, down 1 unit. All right? So my range will be from here. So we still have a point which is called the max. So we're looking down. Y is less than or equal to 7. Because your range is y is less than or equal to yTP. Y is less than or equal to the yTP. Are we good? Okay. Calculate the value of x where g of x will be a tangent. Lovely. I think we can do this in 2 ways. Let's quickly do that. 4.1.5, I'm thinking of 2 ways. Grade 11 and grade 12. And we'll try both quickly. 4.1.5. They said g of x is a tangent. Now, A. For a tangent, what do we know? F prime of x is equal to the gradient of the tangent. Now, what's our f prime of x? negative 4x plus 8. Now, oh, by the way, we do know g of x, right? 2x. Oh, what's our gradient? Lovely. 2. We are done. Negative 6, 3 over 2. Oh, so with the grade 12 one, it's quite easy because the first derivative of the graph is equal to the tangent. But I want to try the other one. Let's walk through the other one. Tangent, 2 points, 2 nodes. Point of intersection. And the discriminant is equal to 0. So let's equate. Plus 8x, 2x plus 4. Negative 2x squared plus 6x. Wait, what am I doing? We want the value of, calculate the value of x, where g of x will be a tangent. All right. Okay. What happens is our equation will no longer have this k, will no longer have this 4. Why will it no longer have this 4? I'm going to say plus k. Why? Because for it to be a tangent, look at the idea. We are going to a line that is parallel because they said g of x. It means it is actually shifting. It's like that. Gradient is the same, but I do not know my y-intercept. It's no longer 4. And this is the, I don't know if that makes sense. Make sense? Okay. And this is good. It will actually help us to understand a few things. Plus k. Now, discriminant equals to 0, which is what? B squared. Let's see. We should get this. This is longer, but important to know. What is our B? 36 minus 4. Now, what is our C? K. 36 minus 8k. No, plus 8k. Something is wrong. Oh yeah, I see. It's a negative k. I could tell. Yep. 8k, because it's supposed to give me a positive. So what is k? Okay. So my new equation, and you would see that value is greater than 4. My new equation, therefore, negative 2, it's longer, but it's important. Let's solve now. We must get 3 over 2 somewhere. Let's solve this, because I now know my k. Can we get rid of that 8? Negative 16x squared plus 64x, 16x plus 36. Negative 16x squared. Now, what is 64 minus 16? 48, I think. Minus 36. All right, I think I can divide all by what? 4. Can I divide by 4? Yeah, to make it easy. 4x squared. That is negative. I'm also changing the signs. Will that work for me though? Can we factorize this? 36 and I want 12. What are the factors of 36? 9 and 4 would give me what? Do you want to put that in the calculator for me and get me an answer quickly? My brain is not braining right now. This is longer, but let's see if we're gonna get that. If we get 3/2, then we're good. (2x minus 3 and 2x plus 3). Am I right? No. It's given us 3/2. It should be 3/2 and what? And no solution. It should give us one value. It should only give us one value. Yes?
It is only giving us 3/2.
Eh?
It is only 3/2.
Yes. And what was the other one? No solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only going to give you one value. 3/2. So x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Because there's only one point of intersection. All right, guys, so that's how to use grade 11. Can you see it's quite longer? But it's good for you to understand it and understand why I brought in that k. And those 2 points, point of intersection for tangent and the discriminant also equals to 0. Because at that point, we're saying the roots are equal. Very, very good. Are we okay there, guys? All right. Oh, no, actually, it won't give you no solutions. It should just give you 3/2. Because minus 12x squared minus 4/2, that should give you a 0. All right. So that's how to work things out. But the grade 12 one, more sophisticated and shorter. Okay, let's move. If you need to get something there, please come back and rewatch. Okay. We're just running out of time. 4.2, which is a hyperbolic function. So h of x is equal to 2. Write down the equation of the asymptote. All right, vertical asymptote and horizontal asymptote. These are free gifts. 4.2.2. Write down the equation of the decreasing axis of symmetry of h of x minus 1. Let's quickly deal with that. What is h of x minus 1? It means anywhere I see x, I should write x minus 1. Then I still have that. Lovely. So we simplify first. So I simply replaced my x with x minus 1. All right. So this is h of x minus 1, and that's why. How do we write a decreasing? I hope you guys remember. Plus or minus. And we cut out the a. If the examiner says decreasing, it means my gradient is less than 0. So what is my y? We take the negative 1. So we have negative x plus 3 plus 1. Finish and clear. 19 beautiful marks. 19 beautiful marks. Are we good? Please, guys, I want us to understand the basics of maths. Once the basics, many a times we want to look at difficult things, not focusing on the basics, you can get an A just applying basic information. Even the complex questions require basic steps. Oh, finally, our finance. I gave you this question. Jacob took out a loan of 1.5 million to buy a house. He would repay the loan with monthly. I told you the things to take note of. Monthly. But the rate is 8% compounded quarterly. We have a big problem. Quarterly and monthly. That will not work. Show all your calculations, prove that his monthly installment. Now, I cannot calculate with monthly, calculate anything until I first convert interest rate to monthly. And how do I do that? I told you use your F formula. All right. So 1 plus the interest, you can simply use that, equals to a gain. Now let us convert quickly. What interest do we have? 8% quarterly. Now it's done 4 times in a year. I do not know this, but I want it to be monthly. First is to remove the power 12, which would give me the 12th root. And what do? We bring that over and then multiply by 12. All right? For time purposes. So the 12th root. What do we have? Open bracket. 1 plus 8% over 4. Ooh, I forgot the power of 4 there. I'll add it. Okay. The power of 4. Now, what do? Move that 1 over, it becomes a minus 1. Move the 12 over, it becomes times 12. Then multiply by 100 because it's a percentage. What is my interest? 7.95%. Now, this is compounded what? Monthly. Now we are talking. It is now in months, and my payment is also in months. Oh, we are good now. Since it's a loan, 1,500,000, we're looking for X. What's our interest? Our interest is now 7.95, no longer 8. Over 12, we are looking for, it's 20 years. All right, so 20, but every month. So that's times 12 over 7.95%. And I mentioned in the last lesson, if you are looking for X, don't do too many things. We just divide. We divide. Let's get a calculator and plug it in. Don't forget your percentages, guys, and look at what we have. Perfect. 12499,96. 124, which is exactly what they wanted us to get. 12499,96. So please, it is very, very important to do what? Make sure that your interest rate and the frequency of payments are the same. The frequency of the interest calculation and the payment must be the same. Did that make sense to us, guys? Otherwise, you will not get that answer. So take caution. If we use 8%, there's no way we are going to get it. Let me know if we are okay. We have one more question, and then we will converge again for our next session. All right, thanks, Mbali. And lady, we okay? No, we? No way. All right. Outstanding balance. Common financial maths question. Outstanding balance. How do we get outstanding? We use the P formula still. X, 1 minus 1 plus I, negative n over I. What is our X? Monthly. All right. 12,499,96. 1 minus 1 plus interest. 7,95. That's the only interest. Now, minus. They said after 12 years, the entire thing is for 8 years. So we have an outstanding of 8 years because it's 20. So that is what is outstanding. And what would that be? 8 times 12. And everything over 7.95%. The rest is history now. The rest is history. 12,499,96, open bracket, 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus, 7.95% over 12. All right, exponent of negative 8 times 12. We close the bracket, and 7.95% over 12. And that would be our outstanding balance, 2887759. 2887759. Are we okay? Talk to me. Are we okay? Once we get that interest rate, then we are good. Lovely. And that marks the end of all the questions, right from algebra, functions, and finance. Please, if we decide to write a test on this, I'll want you to get me very, very good marks, because this is a whole lot. So you have 24 plus about functions is about 40, that's 64. Finance about 15. So we clock in half the paper already, 80 marks. And we can add number patterns to it. All right. So that is the whole question done with the solutions. Please go over it until we get it sorted. Algebra, functions, and finance. All right. that will be the end for now. Let's converge at 1/4 so that we can then go through our tricks. All right, see you guys in the next few minutes.